All right, everybody, welcome to episode 146. All right, now usually you guys are accustomed to me doing unboxings, right? Well, today we have an unenveloping. I guess that's what we'll call it. This right here is a package from our good friends at Wrestletopia. Wrestletopia is a Facebook page that I'm a member of, and you get to interact with a lot of other wrestling fans and do a lot of things that wrestling fans like to do. Usually we don't complain, which is one of the favorite things of wrestling fans, right? Right. Okay, so I got my phone out here because I want to make sure I get all the information correct because Justin at Wrestletopia was nice enough to send this to me for me to unbox or unenvelope here on my channel. All right, so basically what this this is a memorabilia pack from Wrestletopia. You go to Wrestletopia, their Facebook page, which is facebook.com/one as in the number Wrestletopia, and you ask for a memorabilia pack. So there's no shirts or figures included. They are wrestling items for wrestling fans by wrestling fans. That's what he's describing it as. So $12 gets you wrestling items for wrestling fans by wrestling fans. So it sounds interesting enough. It's at a good price point where, hey, maybe you want to try it one time. So that's what we're doing here. We're trying it out. I'm going to see what we got here. I got my trusty box cutter here because I don't know where my knife is. And I don't want to cut anything that might be in here because I feel something right up at the edge here. So here we go. We have unenveloped. And the first, everything is in another, the stuff in another envelope here. But we'll get to that because there's a whole bunch of stuff in here. So already there's a good amount of stuff in here. So already you can see that this is probably worth the $12 price point. First up here, and Justin probably knows me pretty well from being buddies on Facebook. Here's a nice black and white photo of the Hulkster Hulk Hogan with the WWF World Heavyweight Championship title around his waist. Want to say this is probably circa WrestleMania 1, but this is a pretty cool photo here. I might get this framed and put this up on my wall. This is pretty badass. So already we're off to a great start. Good job, Justin. All right, buddy. Next up here we have the United States Wrestling Organization. It's just a flyer for an indie show. These are always pretty cool. I don't see anybody that would be of name value, so it's just probably a local indie federation down in Tennessee. So there you go, check that out. These are always fun. I always like looking at these. They don't really have many indie shows in my area anymore. They used to, and they used to pop up the flyers on telephone poles. I used to just stop and check them out because I always found them interesting. And here we go. We have Live Pro Wrestling. Another, it's like a business card or a flyer, if you want to say. And this one does have some name value to it because they're advertising the main event wrestling classic of Finley versus Al Snow. Also, the New Age Outlaws will be there. Stevie Richards, Kid Cash, the franchise Shane Douglas, and Becky Bayless and Marie Kanellis, who you probably heard of from TNA and WWE. So, you're not going to go see this because this was about 5 years ago, but it's just stuff that he's throwing in there. Cool little memorabilia. People might be into owning things like this. You never know. If you were a big Al Snow fan, maybe you like to collect Al Snow stuff. And you got an indie flyer with Al Snow on it. Also, wrestling every Friday, 8 o'clock. LP across from LP Field, so this is also Tennessee. So there you go. Just another flyer for some indie wrestling. Justin's based out of Tennessee, so if a lot of stuff that I'm showing you is based out of Tennessee, it's because that's where he's from. Another flyer here. This has got some guys you might know like Gangrel and Chase Stevens. Unforgiven. This one is also Grumpy Bail Bonds Presents. So Chico's, I guess they couldn't get Chico's to sponsor it, so they got Grumpy's instead. So there you go. Another nice little flyer there. What do we have here? It is a photo of that somebody took because it's this paper manufactured by Kodak. So this is an actual photo that somebody took at a wrestling event. I mean, I mean, how cool is that? It's Ken Patera versus Hulk Hogan there. Yeah, I'll keep this because, like I said, it's pretty cool. Like, when do you, somebody's giving you a photo they took at an old wrestling event. I mean, that's pretty badass, if you ask me. Here's some trading cards. I like to collect trading cards every now and then. Legends of the Ring, Sergeant Slaughter. I'm pretty sure I have this whole set somewhere. These are like the WrestleMania 3 cards. These are Islanders. These are the classics. I used to love these things so much. I don't know. I have some of them laying around, but I don't have as many as I used to. The classic WWF cards, 2 for Paul Roma. How'd you know, Justin, that I was a big Paul Roma mark back in the day? Rick Martel and Jimmy Snuka. And here is a Chris Masters card. So there we go. And here you go, War of the Gods, Arcadian Wrestling, which I think is a promotion down in Tennessee that just neither promotes or wrestles for. He might do both. Oh, we see him promoting this federation on his Facebook page. Put a little wristband there. People like to wear these. I'll probably wear this to the gym because, believe it or not, I have a thing about my wrist, and I think when I'm working out, my wrist looks small, so I usually like to pop one of these on, and, how do you call it? I just think it makes my wrist look bigger. I'm fucked up, guys. I don't know what else to tell you. Alright, what else do we have here? National Wrestling presents a triple main event, and I'm recording this on Halloween, which means last night was Hell in a Cell, which means that triple main event. So nice way to tie that in there. So you can see. You can also see the funny midgets. It's indie wrestling, guys. Sometimes they say shit like that. All right. Also here we have. I'm not as up on Japanese wrestling as I probably should be, and I don't really watch New Japan that much anymore because there's just so much stuff out there. But these are the Bank of the Rainmaker. These are Okada Rainmaker dollars, I guess you would call them. Usually come down from the Raptors in his matches. This is pretty cool here to get one of those if you're a New Japan Pro Wrestling fan. Here you go, NWA Saw. I don't think that Jigsaw is wrestling at this, but Crimson, TNA Superstar is. So there you go. Another flyer. Also, another flyer here. This one was just this past summer here. 2 nights of wrestling action. So you see here just wrestling memorabilia from different shows. You got another card here that I dropped on the floor. This one of Bobby the Brain Heenan. We also got more cards. This is somebody's business card. If you want to book Houston Carson, here you go. If you guys are running an indie show, you need talent. There you go. Houston. I get 10%. All right. This was a ticket to that, maybe not that NWA Saw event, but an NWA Saw event. An actual ticket. So pretty cool. And another Paul Roma card. We're hitting it hard today. Thank you, Justin. And I still got this whole envelope here. We Never Tap. Arcadian Wrestling Association. Download our app. So there you go. If you want interested in the Arcadian Wrestling Association, download their app. That is not Charlotte, who I thought it was when I originally looked at this. I was like, Charlotte? But it's Leah Hulin, the goddess and owner of Grumpy Bail Bond. So if you're in Tennessee and you're in trouble, call her. All right. Next up here, we still have this whole folder here. Just a whole bunch. Oh, the folder is actually a poster. It's laminated and everything. Pretty badass here. It's like a collage of pro wrestling events, like indie pro wrestling events. Just like a collage of them. So here you go. Whoever did this did a pretty good job here. If you're into indie wrestling in the area. And there's Georgia, and the Tommy Dreamer's on one of them, and trying to see if anybody else I know. I think that if that's not Ezekiel Jackson, it's somebody that looks just like him. There's a Sasha Banks wannabe on there too. So yeah, not bad, not bad at all, right? Here we go, a Jerry Lynn autograph. This is a picture of him on Fujifilm, so this was taken at an event, and autographed by one Jerry Lynn, former ECW champion and WWE lightweight champion. So pretty cool item here. Still more stuff here. I mean, for 12 bucks, there's definitely a lot of stuff here that if even one or two of these things hit your interest, then 7 big matches. Here we go. And I guess the star of the show is Iron Man Rob Conway, former NWA champion and WWE superstar. This was, I guess, last year maybe. NWA Saw event poster right there. So another pretty cool item. If you guys are into collecting like random wrestling memorabilia, if you're into more indies than the big feds, then this is something you might want to consider picking up. There's just another flyer here, the NWA Southern titles and top contenders. Oh, it's like a ranking sheet of, you want to take a look at it. It's just like a ranking sheet. You used to see in the back of PW Insider, or Pro Wrestling, yeah, PW, we'll call it whatever. I used to like, when I was younger, to go to the newsstand when you could get PWI on the newsstand to see what their rankings were. So that was pretty cool that they have NWA Wrestling. It's a ringside program, I'm sorry. I should probably look at the front of it before I start reading the back of it. So, ringside program, $1. Not bad. I would pick this up for $1. It probably just helps out the guys running the show and everything. And it gives you a little reading material in between the matches. Zeb Coulter was there. So there you go. A little WWE tie-in there. Coming to the end here, guys. I think I got 2 more posters left. NWA Wrestling, New South. This is in Kentucky, baby. Hopefully they got some good Kentucky Fried Chicken down there. Probably don't even have Kentucky Fried Chicken in Kentucky. Do they? I don't know. You let me know. But here we go. NWA Wrestling, New South. The 2 stars are Tracy Smothers and Rob Conway. And there's some other dudes there. So there you go. And lastly, War of the Gods. Bond Girl and owner, Leia Hoolan. Chilling out at the bottom. This is a pretty cool poster. Grumpy's Bail Bonds. So there you go. Grumpy's is all over the Arcadian Wrestling Association. So there you go. War of the Gods. January 2016. This is a neat little poster here. So that's gonna, I'll just make sure that we have everything out of here. Well, we don't, because I got a ticket. It's a ticket to something, guys. So that was the Memorabilia Pack from Wrestletopia. Remember, Facebook.com/1, as in the number, Wrestletopia, spelled just like this. Wrestletopia. 1, Facebook.com/1, Wrestletopia. There you go. That's how you get yourself a memorabilia pack for 12 bucks. There's a ton of stuff in here. You even throwing in some mainstream stuff with this picture of Hulk Hogan. There's some really neat little things in there, like the Jerry Lynn and the Ken Patera photos that somebody actually took with a camera from an event. You got all these different flyers, which are cool. To me, at least, they're cool. You might not like them. I think they're cool. For whatever reason, I always have a fascination with like event posters. I love when they come up with these T-shirts that are like mock event posters. I always gravitate towards those and pick them up. So these are pretty cool here. And you got the trading cards. I collect trading cards, so that also helps. So for 12 bucks, I'm sure this goes to a good cause, like helping out the Arcadian Wrestling Association, or even Justin's wallet, right? So definitely check it out. Get in touch with Justin at Facebook.com/1Wrestletopia. Memorabilia Pack. Tell him I sent you. I don't know what that'll do, but it can't hurt, right? Okay. So this has been a really long episode, so we're going to wrap it up right here. Follow me on Twitter at Christian_973. Check out Wrestletopia. Once again, Facebook.com/1Wrestletopia. Check out the Memorabilia Pack, and we'll see you in the next episode.